Hey, what's going on out there? I'd like to welcome every single one of you to Water Your Soil. So in this video right here is going to be about 3 major tips to help you increase your credit score long term. You know, oftentimes I hear people talk about increasing credit scores, but it's usually a short-term solution. They'll say, hey, this will help you increase your credit score in order to get a car, or this will help you increase your credit score to get a home, or this will help you increase your credit score in order to qualify for a business credit card, or, you know, whatever it may be. It's usually a short-term solution. But what I'm going to talk about in this video is long-term, because being able to increase your credit score long-term matters. Your credit score is something that you're going to have to worry about for the rest of your life, unless they change credit score laws and rules. And honestly, I don't see that happening anytime soon. Even though they have tried and they have been trying over the past couple of years, I still don't see major changes coming to that. So over here at Water Your Soil, we prepare for right now and for the future. We don't go on what ifs or maybes. We go on what's reality. And reality is you're going to need your credit score whether you know it or not. You know, people come by this channel and they say, hey, I don't need a credit score. Cash is king. And that's cool for them. You know, to each his own. But over here, this channel, Water Your Soil, I like to teach people about increasing their credit scores as well as managing credit cards the correct way. So I'm going to get right into this video, and I'm going to start off with the first tip. The first tip for increasing your credit score long term is fall in love with paying your bills. I know that sounds kind of weird. Like, what? Fall in love with paying my bills? But yes, fall in love with paying your bills. That's something I had to do, and I was able to work my way up to excellent credit. And now when it comes to paying bills, I look forward to it. I look forward to paying whatever bill that I have due. I look forward to it. And there's a sense of relief when I am finally able to pay off that bill. I like to pay my statements in full. I don't like to carry over balances. So whatever my bills say is due for the statement, that's what I click on and I pay it off in full. That's how I've been doing this for years. I've been doing this since 2015 consistently. I haven't missed a payment yet, and a great deal of the reason why I have yet to miss a payment since 2015 is I love paying bills. You know, I don't like owing people. I grew up poor. Those of you who are subscribers to the channel, I'm sure you heard me say that before. I did grow up poor, and I just hate owing people. I hate the burden that comes along with owing people. And developing that mentality and that mindset will help you long term in regards to your credit score. I always tell people credit scores are based on how well you manage your debt, aka the accounts that you have. So whether that be an auto loan or a personal loan, a student loan, or a mortgage, or credit cards, whatever it may be, your credit score is going to be based on how well you manage those accounts and how well you manage those balances. So I like to manage my accounts by paying off my accounts whenever they're due. Develop this mentality. It will help you out, especially long term. I know a lot of people hate paying bills, and that's understandable. But if you want to focus on increasing your credit score long term, that's something that you're going to have to get used to, and it's something that you're going to have to practice. You're going to have to practice paying your bills on time, and hopefully paying off those statement balances in full, because you don't really want to give these banks and these credit card companies extra money, especially for these credit cards when it comes to interest. So that's the number one tip in regards to how to increase your credit score long term. Tip number 2 is an important one. And this goes for everyone who comes by this channel and leave comments on my secured credit card videos. Shout out to all of you, because I appreciate every single one of you. And the reason why I just said what I said, because oftentimes you all ask similar questions. And I think the problem with a lot of people is they view credit scores from a general standpoint, even credit cards. So they're like, hey, so-and-so said I should pay this amount. Do I pay this amount? Or so-and-so said I should pay this amount. Do I pay that amount? And I want you all to know, especially if you're new to this channel and you're just now seeing me for the first time and seeing this video, every credit report is different. There is no credit report that's the same. I'm sure there are outliers. So if you pick out of a million people, maybe 2 or 3 people will have similar credit reports. But for the most part, every credit report is different. Some people may have the same accounts, like maybe they'll both have an American Express Blue Cash Everyday card. but the dates that they open it may be different, you know, or the year that they open it may be different, or the balance. So while credit reports may have the same type of account on them, they're usually different because you have a lot of things that go into a credit report. You have different dates, you have different balances, you have different accounts, you have different utilization. There are all different types of things that go on a credit report. So no credit report is the same. And people often come by this channel and they ask me advice, and I can't really give you individual advice. I don't know what your credit report looked like. And honestly, I don't like giving individual advice on YouTube anyways, because this is YouTube, you know, I don't know who you are. But one thing I like people to do is, you know, try things out on their own. See what works, see what don't work, because that's the best way to really increase your credit score and learn what works well for your credit report. I think sometimes people may forget that every credit report is different. You have to learn how to adjust things to your credit report. You know, I'm into sports, basketball, football, baseball, just about every type of sport. And I'm not going to ask or expect a 7-foot center in basketball to do the same things the same way as a 6'2" point guard. It doesn't work like that. While they both may be productive and score points and things like that, their game is more than likely going to be different, because not only do they play two different positions, the 6'2" point guard is more than likely going to be faster than the 7-foot center. So the same thing goes for credit reports. Every credit report is different. You have to adjust things for your own credit report. So that's the main thing for tip number 2 that I want you all to know. Every credit report is different, and you have to look at managing your accounts, especially your credit card accounts, according to your credit report. That's important. So you have to pay attention to your credit age and the utilization on your accounts and the balance that's on your credit report. Those things are important. So you need to pay attention to those things. Understand what's going to hurt your credit score, what's not going to hurt your credit score. And that leads us to tip number 3. Tip number 3 follows off of tip number 2, and that's testing out what you do on a month-to-month basis. And this is going to go on forever, for the rest of your life. And the more you do it, the better you'll understand how credit scoring works, and you'll start to see more results. Test out what works for your credit report. Your credit report is constantly and consistently getting older. The more the months and the years go by, the older your credit report gets. And if you're managing your credit report and the items that are on your credit report the correct way, it's going to help your credit score. That's just how it works, which is why I'm not a big fan of people closing out accounts, especially credit card accounts. Paying off other accounts like loans, personal loans, and all of those things, that's good, even though it will impact your credit score negatively sometimes. But I don't like for people to close out their credit card accounts. Keep them open. Even if you have to spend a very small amount, keep them open, because that credit age actually helps you out long term. Imagine opening a credit card 20 years ago and it's in good standing. That's going to have a great impact on your credit score, and it more than likely will be helping you in a positive way. So don't just think short term when it comes to these credit reports and your credit cards. Think long term, because that's the bigger picture. You're going to have to deal with credit and your credit report for the rest of your life, unless you just plan on becoming a billionaire and just dealing with cash. But as a lot of us already know, a lot of billionaires, they deal with credit as well, especially credit cards and credit scores. So don't fool yourself. Credit is important. I know a lot of people, they like to debate and say, oh, credit is not important. But a lot of millionaires and a lot of billionaires will agree that credit is important. Very important, actually. But anyways, if you're new here and you're feeling the vibe, this is Water Your Soil. Be sure to hit the subscribe button, turn on all notifications. That way you don't miss a future video, because I do post often. Also, this goes to every single one of you. Be sure to hit the like button. That's the way it's showing support to this channel. Hit the like button for the algorithm. I really appreciate every single one of you stopping by and checking out my channel and watching this video. Hopefully you get something out of this video and it helps you. Feel free to pass it along and share it. This is Water Your Soil, and I'm out. Hold on. Wait. Before you leave, be sure to check out the description box below. That way you can have all the credit resources from Water Your Soil. Also, be sure to hit the subscribe button, the like button as well, all right?